when your opponent performs a certain action, it can be used to negate the effect of that action. But that means you can't activate the card unless the action in question is performed. Let's return to spell cards. Spell cards with a lightning symbol on them are quick play spell cards. Earlier I said you can only activate spell cards on your own turn, but if you set a quick play spell card on the field, you can play it during your opponent's turn. So they can be used to like trap cards too. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, and because they are spell cards on your turn, they can be used directly from your hand. The Shrink card allows you to choose one face-up monster and cut its original attack in half till the end of the phase. If you can place it face down on your turn and use it like a trap card, then if the opponent attacks like Bastion did before, you could use it to reduce his monster's attack just like Ryan did. So the attacker ends up with taking damage instead of inflicting it. Exactly. Hope you can hear that gulp sound, whatever. Finally, there are spell cards with a star symbol that are field spell cards. Unlike the previous mentioned spell cards, they are placed in the field card zone, as the name field spell card suggests. These cards have an effect on the entire duel field, both on your side and your opponent's. Take a look at the effect of this Yumi card. It increases the attack and defense of Fish, Sea Serpent, Thunder, and Aqua type monsters by 200. At the same time, it reduces the attack and defense of Pyro and Machine type monsters by 200. That's the most effective way of using this card. Bastion? If you had a lot of Fish, Sea Serpent, Thunder, or Aqua type monsters in your deck, it could come in handy. If you had lots of Machine or Pyro type monsters, you wouldn't want your opponent to use it on you. Good answer. Field spell cards affect the entire duel field, and they usually target certain attributes or types. That means if you have many monsters of similar attributes or types in your deck, you can use these cards to their best effect. There are two spaces for field spell cards, one for you and one for your opponent. What happens if you both have one in place? According to the rules, only one field spell card can be in place at a time, so the card placed earlier would be destroyed. For example, let's say your opponent has a Wasteland field spell card on his side of the field. In that case, the entire field could be affected by the Wasteland card. Actually, I like the effects for the water, like for the field spells. But if you were to take out a Yumi card, the opponent's Wasteland card would be destroyed, and the entire field would be affected by Yumi. But look, they actually make it feel like you actually, like if you were in the show and you played a field spell card. And if you played a different field spell card while your Yumi was still in effect, it would be destroyed and the new card will take effect. Ah, I understand. We went pretty fast, but that's all 6 types of special card effects. Now then, let's try using these cards in a duel. As usual, we'll use Ryan. Your opponent will be Alexis. Come on down. Yes, sir. We've always started from shuffling the deck, but I think you've gotten used to playing by now, so we'll start this duel in the middle. Whoa, what happened to all these cards here? And what kind of field spell is that? Kind of like a cooking show. First of all, take a good look at the field. Ryan has 1,800 life points left. Alexis, on the other hand, has 4,250. Asshole! Dude, you set me up to lose! Ryan has 5 monsters in his monster card zone. They each have about 1,000 attack. And they are all Aqua type monsters. Alexis has 5 monsters in their monster card zone. They each have about 1,500 attack. And they are all Pyro type monsters. The monsters in Alexis's monster card zone aren't normally that strong. But because she has a Molten Destruction field spell card in play, their attack is increased. The Molten Destruction card's effect is to increase fire monsters' attack by 500 and reduce their defense by 400. All of Alexis's monsters are fire monsters, so all of their attacks are increased by 500. Of course, their defense is also decreased by 400. It looks like Ryan is in a terrible position. The biggest problem is that all of his opponent's monsters have a higher attack than his monsters. If he doesn't do something about that, Alexis will attack them during her battle phase, and then Ryan's life points will be wiped out. I wonder what Ryan is going to do. Alright, we'll start with Ryan's main phase. Ryan, check all the cards in your field. First, analyze the situation. You must do something about the field spell card that powers up your opponent's monsters. Yeah, this. Idiot. Ooh yeah, baby. That's right, if you play a field spell card, it will destroy any other field spell cards already in play. We just learned that. Now the effect of the Molten Destruction card has been cancelled out. Alexis's monsters go back to their original attack. But that's not all. Their attack has actually gone down. Orion played the Yumi Field Spell card. It increases the attack and defense of all Fish, Sea, Serpent, Thunder, and Aqua-type monsters by 200, but it also reduces the attack and defense of all Pyro and Machine-type monsters by 200. So that means, because all of Orion's monsters are Aqua-type, they have their attack and defense increased by 200. Because of all of Alexis's monsters are Pyro-type, they all have their attack and defense decreased by 200. Exactly. But there's still room for improvement. One of Orion's monsters has a low attack. Let's try and increase it. Alright. Which one has the low attack? Let's see, 1400. Oh, it's you. I see. If you power up the humanoid slime which only has 800 attack, you can use it in the battle phase to attack. That way, it won't be destroyed by the monsters that are presently on the opponent's field. And Black Pendant is an equipped spell card. It doesn't work just once. It'll continue to raise the humanoid slime's attack until it's destroyed. Wait, I didn't know that. Very good. Now then, Ryan, let's go on to the battle phase. Attack with all of your monsters. Alright. Oh-ho, that's a trap card. Mirror Force. The effect of this card can be activated. When the opponent declares an attack, it destroys all monsters on the opponent's field that are attack position. If nothing is done, Ryan's monsters will all be destroyed, and the tables will have turned once again. But Ryan has a card that can help in such a situation. It's time to use it. Yes. You fell for it. Find a card to help you out of the situation and activate its effect. You fell for it, bitch. By sacrificing 1,000 of my own life points, I can destroy her trap card. Haha. What? 7 Tools of the Bandit. If you use it when the opponent plays a trap card, you can negate the effect of the card, but you have to give up 1,000 life points to use it. Ryan's playing a dangerous game. How could this happen? By activating the 7 Tools of the Bandit counter trap card, Ryan prevented the trap that would have destroyed all of his monsters. Now then, Ryan, continue your attack. Alright. Boom. Boom. Oh. Boom. Finally. What? I guess I'll have to use a quick play spell card. I'll activate my shrink card. Huh? I thought you could only use spell cards during your own turn. Are you stupid? We just covered this. If you play a quick spell card face down on your field, you can use it on your opponent's turn. Oh yeah. This card's effect allows you to choose one face-up monster and cut its original attack in half until the end phase. And of course I'm going to choose the monster that's attacking. Ryan's monster's original attack is... Wait, hey, what's original attack mean anyway? I can't believe you're fighting duels without even knowing that. The number written on the card is the monster's original attack and defense. I see. So in this case, the card effect by Shrink has an attack of 1200. Since Shrink cuts that in half, it'll be 600. That's not all. Because the Yumi field spell is still in effect, that adds 200 points. 600 plus 200 is 800. I see. Damn, Cyrus is a special kid. Phew, I made it barely. You two are really fighting hard, considering it's just practice. Alright, Ryan, end your turn, please. Don't get cocky. It's my turn now. Alright, we will continue this tutorial in the next part and find out if I either get owned or if I own her.